In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. Assalamu alaikum. There we go. That means peace be unto you. I'm Sister Charlene Muhammad. Welcome to Liberated Sisters. Today we have the COVID report. Our guest is the food prophet, Dr. Joe Lee Harris III. We have the Farrakhan factor coming up. We also have the justice report. Our brother editor-in-chief of the Final Call newspaper, Brother Naba Muhammad, will not be joining us for the justice report today. Brother Naba is resting, and also, Monday is press night, and so we understand. So thank you so much for tuning in. Right now, let's have the Farrakhan factor.
I was told to deliver this message. You think you're invincible because you got money, bombs, guns, and planes, killing babies, innocent people. I think you're insane. Chaos and destruction is the name of your game. Somebody's got to stop you before the whole world goes up in flames. So he told me to tell you, I'll fight
for my brothers. We can go to war. Fight for my...
Yes, a declaration of war is what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan called any attempts, any plans to plunge a needle into arms of those who are unwilling to take a vaccine that is for the COVID-19 coronavirus that has not been vetted properly by our black scientists, doctors, and there are other calls that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan made, not just don't take their vaccine. So in this Farrakhan factor, we will hear an excerpt of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan delivered July 4th from the garden at the Michigan Farms. The title, The Criterion. Here's Minister Farrakhan.
I say to my brothers and sisters in Africa, if they come up with a vaccine, be careful.
Yes, sir.
Don't let them vaccinate you with their history of treachery through vaccines, through medication. Are you listening?
Yes, sir.
I say to the African presidents,
Yes, sir.
Do not take their medications.
Right.
I say to those of us in America, we need to call a meeting of our skilled virologists, epidemiologists, students of biology and chemistry. And we need to look at not only what they give us, we need to give ourselves something better. So my teacher told me, don't speak for some, speak for the whole. And now I'm speaking for Black America, for Hispanic America, for the Native American, and for those who are desirous of life. They're making money now, plotting to give 7,500,000,000 people a vaccination.
Yes, that's right.
Dr. Fauci, Bill Gates and Melinda.
Yes, sir. That's right. That's right.
You want to depopulate the earth. What the hell gives you that right? Who you sit down with your billions and talk about who can live, who should die? That's why your world is coming to an end quickly, because sentenced billions to death, but God is now sentencing you to the death that you're sentencing to others. Yes, Allah is great. So whether I'm present or absent,
Go ahead.
the Executive Council of the Nation of Islam
Yes, sir.
must call our science.
Yes, sir.
Come and let's sit down.
Yes, sir.
Virologists, our epidemiologists,
That's right.
those of us who know the science. We cannot let them bring anything to us that we don't dissect. Don't you take a vaccine unless you say to our people, we've checked. You better be of the truthful ones. But Farrakhan, we don't take the vaccine, we're sure to die. You're dying for sure now. They want to quicken death. Yes, brothers and sisters. The Bible as the pale horse of the four horsemen of the apocalypse. The pale horse had a rider. His rider was death.
Yes, sir.
And everywhere that pale horse went, hell followed behind.
That's right.
History. You're angry with me.
Yes, sir.
I'll take it,
Right.
because the two that back me are very angry with you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And righteous have been more angry with you with every passing day. Imagine some Caucasians sitting in a room plotting the death of 2 to 3 billion human beings.
Yes, sir.
Calling them useless eaters.
Yes, sir.
That's Satan.
Yes, sir.
That's the mind of Satan.
And that's the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. You can view that message in its entirety at noi.org/webcast, noi.org/webcast. We're going to be coming up very soon with the food prophet, Dr. Jolie Harris III. We're having a Q&A. You can call in or you can give me your questions in the chat. He's here to talk about what causes cancer and other ills and take your questions, if you're impacted with something. But we'll be coming back with Dr. Jolie right now, the Justice Report. Today's Justice Report, we're coming right out of the Final Call newspaper. Hearing the minister and seeing that, and continuing with the messaging and to go through and process and soak in the guidance and instruction and the revelation that he gave in that message, it continues to strike me a certain way as I'm studying it for my benefit. So again, noi.org. But in today's Justice Report, I want to highlight 2 stories out of the Final Call, and I encourage you to get your subscription to finalcall.com, finalcalldigital.com. It's all there. Click the button, as well as the Final Call Radio. But our cover story, I was blessed to be a part of that great team writing that story. It's my byline, and of course our editorial staff, the Final Call. Thank you for being who you are, what you are, and thank you to our publisher, Minister Farrakhan. Poll: Blacks weary of COVID-19 vaccines and distrustful of government. So what we found in this article, which is we don't want your vaccine, we found that despite the added pressures, including an appeal by some Black medical professionals, universities, organizations, Black people don't trust the fast approaching COVID-19 vaccines, nor claims by vaccine makers and the government, the U.S. government, that they are safe. This is coming as we see now in today's news cycle, yesterday's news cycle, the day before, that Moderna is in the process of having the FDA get ready to review its vaccine for emergency use authorization. But, pay attention to this, read the final call, find out what you can, look at what's happening, because the vaccine is on the move, as we would say. A recent poll shows that fewer than half of Black adults, 48%, say they probably or definitely would not get a coronavirus vaccine if it were available for free, including just 18% who definitely would get vaccinated. That means no Black Friday vaccine sales, none of that, free. If it were available for free, again, these numbers, 48%, fewer than 48% of adults, Black adults, say that they probably or definitely would not get it if it were available for free. 18% definitely said they would get vaccinated. This article features the voice of student minister Dr. Ava Muhammad, Minister Farrakhan, and the nation's national spokesperson. She goes into further the minister's position on that, which you just heard, but there's more that he said. Also, it features more information about the costs and more voices of those who are skeptical about this. And so finalcall.com for more on that. And we're coming up with Dr. Jolie. I want to highlight one more story. It is called A Labor of Love and Service to Humanity. You must read this entire paper, but I'm just highlighting these two because they're so critical. And this second one that I'm talking about, written by Sister Tarika Shakur, A Labor of Love and Service to Humanity. I want you to see the photograph of the sisters. Some of the sisters across the nation, they have their certificates, their masks. This is an initiative out of the brain, our student of MTCC captain, of hours and masks. If we could show the picture, let me just give you information. Look at this. These are a fraction of a cadre of Muslim women of the Nation of Islam across the country who are helping to make our communities a safe and decent place by aiming to sow, get this, approximately 70,000 free, high quality, I want you to listen to that, high quality face mask for those disproportionately affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. So far, the MGT have already sown approximately 60,000 masks, 60,000 of 70,000 goal, which have been distributed door to door by the fruit of Islam, the backbone, the mighty backbone of the nation, the men of the Nation of Islam. They go into the community with the final call weekly, and they take the mask. And not only that, they take the book, How to Keep House. Yes, we know how to clean up. We've been taught by our mothers and fathers. However, it's a whole nother scientific level to cleaning. What products are we using? How are we turning the fan and doing different things? I mean, I'm simplifying that. It doesn't do just do, but there's more in that, especially in this time of pandemic and coronavirus. So that is the Justice Report. Thank you, MGT. Thank you, FOI. Thank you, Student Captain Naima Muhammad. Thank you, Nation of Islam, for being there for our people and our families. And now, Dr. Jolie Harris. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum salam.
Thank you for being here, Dr. Jolie.
Yes.
And, I got my very critical reports out, but Dr. Jolie is the author of The Number to Cook, Cure, Destroy, Eliminate, Cure. Dr. Jolie is here to talk about coronavirus as well as what causes many of our ills. Again, cancer, it's right on his book, but we're dealing with different therapies. We're looking for ways that we can protect ourselves. And as a matter of fact, as Dr. Jolie continues, there is one story I want to highlight, and I'll go back to that, which is out of Cuba and the therapies that are being used in Cuba, which is what the Honorable Minister Louis
Yes.
Farrakhan called for,
Yes.
lift the embargo on Cuba. So at any rate, Dr. Jolie, Thank you very much. I asked because he mocked, and I've been phenomenal since I submit the doctor's orders. Okay, I submitted to the doctor's.
Yeah.
So,
Say thank you first of all to all the sisters. I thank you to Nessa doctor, sister doctor, any patient. You know, I have people MGT team for the help minister Y0. I can call she.
and but very critical list that
Okay. Get down in the start say for work and fervently and T exactly or 3M. Get where you are.
down up at the
I was on time when I was 7 old, but I was something that lit stars on February in the night. Y'all can go scans into this coronavirus. A lot of people are doing is they're giving you a livelihood for a week. Cancer's me say hey, cancer having your whole two turn kids up to another calling it out there. And that's important. And they put a energy. Everybody runs for clean. Why? Here's the first thing. Take my calling. When you take alcohol, put it out of the mouth. Guess what? They have pills. Got time. They look red. They look these with purple, different colors. On the other is the black. I mean, black. Wow. Brain people just like 9 thing about label. Really on the planet and just leave the amount on Earth, Mount America. Like 3 had to be total. This man wants to. You say he wants to vaccinate everybody. Their doctors are not telling the truth. They are not telling the truth. There's a ton of information could be. No information doctor should be giving you that I'm about. When I say about that, the reason I said was ADRs when I was 12 and 14 years old. You could think about a pill. I knew everything about it. It's called Zen's Death Reference.
Okay.
That's every doctor has to study to become a doctor. Okay. And in this book, it teaches you about pills. But guess what, brothers and sisters? They're going to tell you about some pills have side effects. Well, guess what? Pills have side effects, adverse effects, reverse effects, adverse, reverse effects. And pills take at least 20 to 25 years to tell you if a pill is even safe. Now, going to a vaccine, that would take more like 30 to 40 years to tell you if it's safe. So there's no way, when I say no way on the earth, that any doctor can tell you in a year that a vaccine could be safe. How could they tell you a vaccine can be safe when they can't even tell you a pill can be safe? I said it takes 25 years to know the truth on any pill. Yes. And they give you brand new pills every day. Oh, the public doesn't know this. They have a Mecca over there in Israel right now this minute. And Israel's allowed to make all the pills. What kind of pills you think Israel's going to make for the black people? What kind of vaccines you think is going to set up for us? Mm-hmm. This is a joke. Brothers and sisters in the Bible, God has already told us he's given us everything that we need to heal our body. Everything we need. In Genesis 1:29, God said, behold, I give you every herb-bearing seed which is upon the face of this earth. To you it shall be meat. Here are these seeds right here on my table right here. This is the abundance that God is talking about. These 3 items right here do the coronavirus by itself. All of these items together do cancer by itself. We've been helping many people with coronavirus, many people with cancer. Once again, brothers and sisters, like having your stove turned on 2. On 2 and 3, you get the chemicals that bring you cancer. But on 5 and 6, you get another load of chemicals, okay, that bring you this coronavirus. Let me show you something about these viruses and these masks. 90% of these masks here, brothers and sisters, got metal in them, all right? And so that's radiation. I said once again, radiation in the sky, all these chemicals in the sky, they connect to a radiated mask. You got a piece of metal right there, okay? Also, you got radiation in your cell phone. You got radiation in your car, your titanium. You got radiation if I go in my pocket and pull out $100 bill. You got a strip right there. And all those chemicals in the air, they follow you to all of your radiation. Women don't know it, but even their bras have a metal piece on the bra. I tell women, do not wear these bras. They're radiating your breasts. They're giving you cancer. This is a game. The reason why they want to take out so many people, he's like, Dr. Jolly, why do they want to kill us? The reason why they want to kill you, let's give you an example. You take a man that has $129 billion. I'll say it again, $129 billion and kill everybody. Now, what happens when you kill the people? People don't understand what happens. You know what happens when you kill people, sister?
They die.
Oh, let me tell you how they think about it. When you kill the people, the first thing happens. Let me give you a prime example. If you take one block in New York, one block in Kansas City, one block in Chicago, example, if you kill the Jackson family, well, maybe you didn't kill 9 or 20 people in that family. But when the people are dying or gone in the Leibowitz family, in the Jackson family, in the Garcia family, when they're dead, you know what happens? All of the money goes to state unclaimed funds. If you don't have a sister, if you don't have a brother, if you don't have a cousin alive that could claim your money, all of that money goes to state unclaimed funds. So all of these people are dying. At least a third of money, at least 1/3 will go to unclaimed fund. And if you go to the doctor and you got a high fever because you were mad, anything could stress you and bring your temperature up. And then they put this gun on your head and tell you, oh, you know what? You got a fever, so you got coronavirus. You don't have darn it coronavirus. You were mad with your boyfriend, mad with your girlfriend. Your pressure went up. Black people pressure goes up. Okay, that doesn't mean that we have a problem.
Right.
So you get assisted and associated with coronavirus. They take you to a hospital. You wind up with all these people around you. You wind up getting the actual, whatever they call it, disease. And I want the world to know that Dr. Jolly's the only person. Dr. Jolly of Feed God's Sheep Missionary Church. I'm the only human ready to walk into a room with 100 people with coronavirus. I'll say it again. God said it's time right now to go toe to toe with man. God wants you to know, Allah wants you to know that there's nobody above Allah, okay? And so Allah will be the one who instructs me. Lord Jesus will be the one who instructs me. But in this room, I will walk in with no mask, no nothing, and only these herbs in and on my body and secure 100 people with coronavirus. I'm waiting for the day. If there's anybody out there and you got family members and your family members are deadly sick, because we've helped a lady, one of my clients called on the phone, sister. She said, Doctor, my daughter's dying right now in my lap. I said, what do you mean, sister? She said, my daughter's taking her last breath. What can I do? I said, sister, do you have the herbs from me? She said, yes, I do. I said, run and get that anointed oil, this oil right here. This oil works like a condom when you put it in the nose, because the virus goes all the way back to the base of where your nose meets your eye sockets. People a lot of them don't know this, okay? And I've been having sisters and brothers put this in their nose for the last 10, 15 years, because Allah, God told me a long time ago that this was coming. I was preaching on Venice Beach for 10 years telling people that people are going to die like leaves on a tree. And people thought I was talking out of my butt. But this oil right here, you put it in your nose, it makes like a condom, it burns, it stings, but it blocks that. And here's the black seed oil, sister. It soaks up any virus. This doesn't just soak up coronavirus. It soaks up AIDS. It soaks up herpes. It soaks up your Lyme disease virus. God don't care. Allah doesn't care what the name of your virus is. It's a virus. You understand? Just like a car is a car. Who gives about the name of the car? Car is only a vehicle to get you from here to there. So this right here will soak up everything in your body. And this is the cancer tea. Because what happens in the body, sister, for cancer and for this virus, it attacks your liver, your bladder, your kidney, your pancreas. And this is what I want the world to know, that these doctors, why they're cheating you and lying to you. Because if they were going to tell you the truth, they would tell you that people need to go out and boost their immune system to the maximum. The person with the highest and the strongest immune system will be the person that lasts. Now watch this. Some people are going to run to their stores and try to start buying these different foods and stuff, things going to help their immune system. 80% of the food in the stores is all Monsanto attached, okay? GMO, genetically modified foods. So your apple doesn't taste like an apple no more, and the grapes and the strawberries don't taste like strawberries no more. You know what, sister? When you go into a store right now, even if you leave the store door open, flies don't even fly in and want to fly on your strawberry, your peaches, your bananas. Back in the days, flies would take over the store, but flies don't take over the store anymore. You know why? Because they know you got GMOs, okay? Processed foods. Also with these masks, let me give you a thing that you could do that people don't know. I could take this mask. You know how you have incense and you burn incense in your house? Please, everyone, burn incense, because this is a particle game. This is a dust game. Dust connects to dust. If I take some hair and cut all my hair off and move the hair all over the floor in the barbershop, hair collects hair. Dust collects dust. Particles collect particles. In saying that, I want everyone to burn on a regular basis at least 3 to 4 to 5 sticks of incense in your home. Also burn sage in your home, because dust particles connect to dust particles. Just like these chemicals in the air, when they draw a line and the line goes spread out, it makes a cloud. They have a machine, sister, from the satellites, and they could click this machine and the sky will be perfectly clear. But because it's a holiday, they bring in all the clouds. They bring in the clouds so that you breathe them. They bring in the clouds so that the rain, this acid rain, could get in your hair, could get in your eyes. This is a game. Every holiday, look for the clouds. Kings and queens, when you follow the clouds, you will follow what they call a virus. You cannot fix a car if you don't know what's wrong with it. You cannot do somebody's hair if you don't know what's wrong with their head. So how can they give you an answer or give you a vaccine when they're not even telling you what's exactly causing the problem? Once again, aluminum, mercury, asbestos, atoms, molecules of dust, and this mask will not block it. You could take this mask and shake ginger powder on it. You could take this mask and put dust from incense on it. I could take this mask and even put dirt on it. If I put dirt on this mask, you know what will happen? The particles from the dust will connect to the dust in my mask and they won't connect to me. I'll say it again. You could take your mask and soak it in vinegar if you want to and sterilize your mask if you like, okay? But you could use particles in your house, turmeric powder, sprinkle it on your mask and shake it off. Or get some incense and take the dust from the incense, put it in the mask, shake it off. And now you're smelling incense. Now you're smelling ginger. Now you're smelling, you understand? But the particles connect to the particles and they won't come to your mouth. This mask will also cause you an issue because you're having carbon dioxide. Okay?
It's like a filter, you're saying.
Yes,
Wait, I'm sorry. Let me wait. He goes really fast, and I know that. But
sorry, I said the wrong word. But go ahead,
no. I have to ask some questions. I apologize for breaking your stride, but I want to not go too far without addressing something. I have some questions, and I want to check too as you continue to see who's communicating with us. But it's like the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said that this pestilence is from heaven. I want to say exactly what he said. Our behavior is a pestilence. This is out of the criteria.
Yes.
He said our behavior is a pestilence on earth. So God answers with a pestilence, and the punishment includes loss. Lost jobs, lost friends, lost loved ones, and lost love in households. Also, I want to tell how he said, since it's from heaven, there needs to be a repentance. Trump, the world leaders, we need to repent, go in our chambers, pray, study, make our houses our places of worship. So there's a tremendous amount of guidance and instruction that he gives in here. This message, Minister Farrakhan, let us know came as a result of our dear, beautiful brother, our great Eastern Region representative, student minister Abdul Hafiz Muhammad, our
beautiful
great
brother
and friend.
Beautiful brother.
Oh my God! So minister prayed. He went in and he prayed about this, and Allah gave him the answer, and he came to us with the criterion. And so, he also prayed, and we learned through the minister that those who have succumbed as a result of coronavirus and this pandemic, he taught us about them being martyrs.
Yes.
Because of how this is affecting people in the time of the judgment of God. I mean, read it and hear it for yourself. That this is what Sister Charlene received.
Yes.
But I'm also saying that he talked about those who died in childbirth and also in fire are martyrs. And I just like, wow. But I understand. I just thank Allah for the minister, but coronavirus is real in terms of people are dying.
Yes. Yes.
There's something that is happening and people are dying. And so view the criterion. The minister called for an end to the Cuban embargo so that we can have access to the therapies, including the interferon, that the Cuban doctors are treating people successfully across the world. It's in the finalcall.com. It's in the video. You can view it for yourself. He also called for, as you heard in the clip, our own experts to make sure to vet as we work on something for ourselves, that we have no justification in trusting what is being given to us or getting ready to roll out. And as you can see, what I'm hearing in the news and what I'm receiving in the COVID reports that I do for the final call, the hysteria is there. I don't want to use the word hysteria. I want to say that our own people are being made to drive home that we need to have the vaccine, or there's a disparity in terms of who's going to get a vaccine first. And so we've always been left out just in
Yes.
terms of the discrimination, so I get it, but just continue to read the final call and revisit the minister's message. But he also called for the experts and the Indo Cuba, our own
Yes.
black experts. I just wanted to say that because,
Yes.
I'm listening in two ways, Dr. Jolie.
Yes.
I'm listening with the ear of people whose loved ones have succumbed.
Yes.
They're there in the hospital. You can't visit them. They, because of the pandemic,
Yes.
you just can't go. So loved ones are dying alone.
Yes.
It's painful. So
It's
I'm just
painful.
listening to that, and I want to be the other side of that so you can address that.
Yes.
Somebody calling me. Now they know I'm on the air. Go ahead.
Okay, yes. Well,
She knows.
I'm praying that the doctors, I'm praying for the doctors in the nation that they get to find exactly. I'll make a story short. There was a lady on the news and they took her off and they won't bring her back in. She's an Indian doctor. And there's one tiny little microscopic thing she's found has been in every person's body that's died. And guess what it is? It's one little tiny atom that has exploded the liver, exploded the bladder. It takes your brain into confusion. And so I'm praying that these doctors can actually see what really causes this so that the doctors can know that there's going to take a lining. You have to have a padding in your system. If you don't have padding in your system, and also, sister, the number one thing that they're not telling you, this is crazy, brother and sister. When I say this goes back to me at 6 years old, I was afraid of needles when I was 6 years old for one reason, because they give black people one needle, they give the Spanish people another needle, they give the white people another needle. It's going to be the same thing with the vaccine. I guarantee you they will have vaccines for black people, vaccines for white people, and vaccines for Latin people. And now here's another thing going down. As this, what they call virus increases, it's going to multiply. When it multiplies, it's going to multiply in density, meaning when they make a vaccine today, that vaccine will not be good 6 months from now. You know why? Because the virus is 10 times stronger. So they have to make a virus that is able, a vaccine that is able to squash a virus as it multiplies. If you can't do that, you can't follow nothing.
Wow. Dr. Jolie, something interesting is happening. I apologize to you all because the Facebook thread keeps going off. It keeps going off. But you mentioned Israel, and we're talking about COVID and coronavirus,
Yes.
and we're discussing, these are just some things I'm thinking about. We're discussing our final call story and why we won't take the vaccine and why blacks are saying they won't. And let's be clear, as you come back to you, Dr. Jolie, it's not just black people. It is not just black people.
That's correct.
I think this is now maybe, I don't even know, like 6 or 7. Like we've been covering this since it occurred, but I've been a lead writer for the final call on this for at least 6 or 7 issues now. And what we are understanding, it's not just black people, but we're concerned with what we're doing and what we're saying. But be clear that in the last few issues, the report is there. It's been CDC, former scientists, it's been high-level scientists. And at first, the thing was that they didn't trust the president, Donald Trump, and they thought it was rushed for political interference. And different reports have come out, showing that there's been pressure. Even today I saw in the news the question of definite pressure some of the pundits and some of the Republicans and Democrats are saying is being admitted. The point is, it's there. The information is there. Some of it we have to go and uncover, but most of it is right there in plain sight, and we're reporting on it. So read the final call. Gift somebody with a subscription to the final call. Is it the only way to learn about this? No, but we're going to tell you what's happening. For instance, in D.C., Dr. Jolie, the D.C. Council passed a bill that says children as young as 11 could get not just that vaccine, but they said vaccines get vaccinated without parental consent. It's in the final call newspaper. Parents left in the dark. So the person who brought that, the council member who brought that, initially wanted no age limit. And the justification or the reasoning was there are other laws there, like with the birth control, Norplan and other things, and there's no age limit. They're saying that the child can receive that and the parents are blocking them from that. So this is all factual information that we're reporting. But I've had to just break in.
Yes, and regarding the children, I'm praying, and I pray to the people, do not take your children to school. Do not bring your children around anything that these people are offering you. I'm against them putting anything in my nose. I don't go for anything like that. I want the NOI and the MGT team to know that this lady that called me on the phone and her daughter was
yes,
dying.
I'm sorry.
She was
Thank you.
dying in her arms. I had the mother put this oil in her nose. She said, my daughter's taking the last breath, Dr. Jolie, last breath. She's not going to be here. I said, put the oil in her nose quick. When she put the oil in her daughter's right nose, she said her daughter whispered, Mama, do the left one. And the mother did the left one, and the daughter started breathing within maybe 30 seconds. So the mother said, what now? I said, give her the black seed oil quick. The mother gave her the black seed oil. The daughter was up in 20 minutes walking. Now, I cannot tell you what her exact job was, but this particular sister was working inside the CDC office building. And I will tell the world this. The CDC office building was totally infected with coronavirus. The whole building was infected with coronavirus. That's why you have not seen, Sister Charlene,
I'm here, Doctor.
Nobody's ever seen inside the CDC office building. You know why you haven't seen inside the CDC office building for the whole period of all this crap? Is because the CDC office building was wall to wall infected with coronavirus. How do I know? One of my client's daughter went in that building and almost died. Okay? She almost died. So God brought her back. I didn't bring her back. Wow. It was the knowledge. Knowledge is the key. We perish because of this knowledge. And if your system is not lined, I'm serious. If you don't have an immune system that's packed so that when these chemicals come in your body, can block it off, can let you pee it out, can allow you to poop it out, that's the name of the game, sister.
Okay, let me talk about how you helped me. Oh my God, I wish that we could hear from some of I set it up a little late, but I see some of the people that Dr. Jolie has helped, and I see their posts on Instagram, and I just salute you all for taking, and anyone out there on any level taking charge of our health and well-being. You know, it takes a minute to get clocked in the head. You know, we're taught just as people, but I'm speaking specifically now to the brothers and sisters in the nation that can hear my voice, as well as those of us who hear the minister's voice. We don't have to be members of the nation in terms of a registered MGT FOI. If you've heard Minister Farrakhan, if you've heard the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, if you've heard Mother Tainetta Muhammad, if you've heard our doctors and our experts across the board that subscribe or we follow, we don't subscribe, we follow the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan under the guidance and instruction of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, then we have been taught and we have been told. But I'm going to turn the mirror onto myself and say I have been taught, told, read, profess, share, warn. But I looked up and I said, you're way out of order and you're dying. And if you do not submit to the teachings, for real, but sometimes I wouldn't recognize, I thought I was doing it. Yes, ma'am. Thought I was. You know how you could think you're doing something? And I can't blame anybody around me for not telling me I was out of order, because I knew I was out of order, because it showed. The question was why? And getting to the mental and spiritual of the pain or whatever it is helped me to see, oh, you're not on track. You're not on track. And so I sought my doctor, and he actually has been my doctor for a while, but I was like, yeah, thank you. Give me my products. So we're going to come to a call. We have a call for you, but I just want to say how Dr. Jolie has helped me. I use this mustard seed oil. It burns. Every time I do this, I scream. I said, dang, Dr. Jolie, but I do that. I put it on a saturated tissue. I inhale it. It burns. I mean, that teardrop, that Denzel teardrop in glory comes all the way down. And I experience it, but it goes up and I immediately feel a clearance. I'm not telling you, I'm not saying you need to get this. What I'm saying is what it has done for me. And I also have a growth on my hand because some people get carpal tunnel, but I have a certain position in one hand locked. And he explained about how it was the toxins and different things. So I pulled away from some of the things I've been doing, but also using my oil. And I had a growth, and the growth was about this wide, and it was very swollen and painful, but it's going down and it's moving. So the flow is there again. My stomach has never felt better, because what I do, I take my black seed oil from Dr. Jolie every night, and I do feel less stomach ache. I feel a lot of less gas. I just totally better. That thing that they call leaky gut. I just knew
Yes.
something was wrong, and so the way he was explaining it, and I also went to the book to find out more. Let me see the cancer tea. Now this one right here, between the cancer tea and the green tea, I started liking it because at first I was like, mwah, mwah. But the first time I rejected my medicine, and this is food, it's not pharmaceutical medicine. I rejected my food because my taste buds were so locked into sugar, fake sugar, processed sugar, white breads and sugar. So this was like, but now I'm like, hey, give it here. And then there was the bee pollen. Oh my God, we're coming to you, callers. Stay right there. The pollen. Now, before, when I was having a trouble getting my teas and my down, I would do this and I would bite on one and it just made it bearable. It's like really blessing.
Yeah.
It's like sugar, but none of it's nasty to me. And the mustard seed oil is the first time I would gag because I just rejected medicine. I didn't understand that. I was like, I don't want to take any medicine. I just didn't have a knowledge of it. With all that we are taught, I still was in the mindset of how I grew up. I just didn't grow up going to the hospital. I just didn't grow up taking medicine. We had the castor oil, and we got that yearly seasonal cleanse, and we ate off the land, and I'm not like talking about the 40s and 50s. This is around the corner. But anyway, let's take and the juice. We'll get back into that. Dr.
Yeah.
Jolie will explain. But let's have the. I couldn't understand how this would last 30 days. I'm on my last little bit, but I take this. Now, at first, it had me running all night to the ladies' room. Listen, I said, I'm not taking it anymore, Dr. Jolie, but I realized it was water weight and other things, and it doesn't happen anymore.
Yes.
So I feel the body regulating. I feel sharper. I feel more able to do things. In fact, caller, let's go to the caller right now.
Yes.
But we're launching a new podcast tonight called Pumps on the Ground. We're highlighting the work in the trenches done by the FOI, the MGT, and their community partners. We'll play a commercial about that, but let's go to the call. Thank you for your patience, call. I just wanted to tell how, it's helping me, and I just wanted to share with you things that are helping me boost my immune system and take charge of my post. And of course, I have my bean soup and I have the other fruits and vegetables. So the eating has gotten much better. But let's go to the call. Thank you for waiting.
Hello, how you doing?
We're doing good. How are you?
I'm solid. I just wanted to give a testimony myself on that man, Dr. Jolie.
Praise be. Yes, sir. You got it. You got it.
Yes, that man has healed probably 40 to 50 people in my family that I've sent to him, and everyone has appreciated him as much as I have. That man is a true testament to God, and I appreciate him being here. I always tell my people that this is our last Dr. Sebi left. So that's how I explain to him so they understand, since Dr. Sebi's famous and he isn't. But Dr. Jolie really is the truth. He really is knowledgeable, and even if people just call him for consultation, like, that man is the truth. I just called him just yesterday for my newborns. My newborn had a little mucus in her, and he told me what to do, and now she's breathing beautifully just that fast. So
Yeah.
I really love what that man does, and I appreciate and I trust that man with my life.
Wow.
I told my wife that if I ever pass away, get that man to my body within the first 24 hours, because I believe he could revive me.
Wow. Praise be to Allah.
Praises
If
be
I
to
could
Allah.
ask what area you're calling, like north, south, east, west?
I'm calling from the Valley, San Fernando Valley in California.
Wow. He said, thank you, brother. He said 40
Thank
to 50.
you, brother.
You said 40 to 50 people. My thing is, I'm asking, how did you get them? I might be saying it wrong, but because 40 to 50 people, when I share some things that are good, you're going to be bound to get, like, I'm not taking that stuff. I don't want to know about that stuff. How did 40 to 50 people, how did they have to see the results in you, sir? How did you get your family to accept the help? That's the question.
It probably would have been more like 300 if everyone would have accepted it the way they should have. But the 40 and 50 were really just tired of these doctors and these medicines and trying every way. So this new way that he tried them, showed them that was 10,000-year-old methods of just herbs and foods and just being disciplined in what he tells you. You'll feel all the inflammation come out of your body. You'll feel the herbs turning into the cartilage in your body, giving you the extra. Like, he's the truth.
That's real. I bear witness, brother. I agree with what you're saying. I speak just in terms of myself and my body. I got to tell you, and thank you, brother, for your call. You're welcome to stand if you want to just, vibe with us. But yes, movement, ability to walk, ability to remove this, this diabetic or this arthritic rock would happen. I said, oh, no, no, no. There's nothing. You don't have to take on a certain body frame and ailments and weaknesses just because you grow in age. As Mother Tynetta would always say, no, we're supposed to reverse the aging process. And so when I saw that with myself, I was like, sister, what are you not doing? Not what are you doing?
Yes.
What are you not doing?
Yes.
Go ahead, Dr. Jolie.
And sister, I want the people to know, the public to know, that I'm 65 years old today. I haven't seen, not today.
Oh. I'm like, wait a
in
minute.
August, I turned 65 this year.
Oh,
and
wow.
I haven't seen a doctor basically since I was like 19, 20 years old. No doctors, no dentists. There are no records on me, no pills, no vitamins.
Wow.
I work with God. I am not the healer, but I am the one God instructed to be the servant to do his healing messages. So I'm like a tool for God. A servant angel who
Yeah,
does what
we
God
are
says do.
servants.
But I want people to really understand that I am not your healer. God is the healer. Allah is your healer, okay? I'm just a vessel being used like a hammer or a saw. And there are many, many children. This is the most important thing I want to say above everything. There are many babies that are dying. And there's 1,000 things I could do to help you and your baby. There's people that the babies died. I forgot the brother, the singer's brother, baby just died just recently. Jimmy Kimmel's baby has a problem. There are many people, John, what is it, Legend? Was it John Legend?
Oh, that's
yeah,
right.
there's many babies
John
dying.
Legend.
And these people have money and they can't help their babies. We're helping brothers and sisters.
Lavi, please, with
We've
the
helped
baby.
we've helped a family in the nation where the doctor told the father called me at 4:30, said the mother's gonna die and my baby's gonna die. Doctor, what are we gonna do? I said, tell the doctor to stop. Do not try to take that baby out. He says, what are we gonna do? I said, I'm gonna send you a gallon of juice. I'm gonna formulate it just for this baby. And that's exactly what I did. And that juice gave the mother iron. It gave her nutrients to help her placenta. Women don't know this, but the bag that carries the baby, if the bag does not have the correct nutrients, it's called a placenta. Okay? The name could be, I maybe could say the wrong word, but anyway, this bag has to be nutrients, has to have iron, has to have calcium, has to have magnesium. It's kind of like a bag you bring from the store. If it's a paper bag and it rains, it falls through. You need a big, heavy bag to bring that baby, and that bag has to carry nutrients. The nutrients that I put in these bottles for the baby could go 5 to 7 years without taking any shots, anything. We have a baby in Michigan right now. The family, I was hoping they would call in, but they haven't called in right now.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
but
you
anyway,
should.
and this particular family worked for Mother Tynetta, okay? We were giving herbs to Mother Tynetta's team while they were at Savior's Day. And these women had no food. But one of the women said at the end of the day, she said, Doctor, I had no food. I didn't know how to feed my baby by the end of that day. Wow. She said, but that tea you gave me, that fenugreek tea, she said, Doctor, my baby was overloaded with milk. We had a lady called in. She said her baby was going to die. I said, why is your baby going to die? She said, the doctor says if I don't wake up every 3 to 4 hours and pull this mucus out of Michael's nose, she said, Michael will die. If I oversleep 4 hours, my baby going to die. She said, doctor, what can I do? So I had the lady chew on the mustard seeds. I told her to chew 3 spoons a day. I told her to bite on the ginger. I had her put our anointed oil in her nose. And when she did that, the protein from the mustard seeds, the calcium and iron went into her baby. All of this oil, the oxygen in this oil went into her baby. That fenugreek cleared her baby's lungs. And the next day, the lady called me on the phone. She said, Dr. Jolie, I thank you. She said, you healed my baby.
Praise be to Allah.
I said, lady, I didn't heal your baby. I said, you healed your baby by following God's instructions. This is all about what God says. We perish because of a lack of knowledge. So people's families that are dying, your father's dying, your mother's dying, they're in Jamaica, they're in Nigeria, they're in wherever they are. We can help you from head to toe. I'm not the healer, but God has instructed me from my head to my toe to cover anything and everything in your body because God and Allah arms stretched like this. That means he can do all. That means I can do all. Even after you die, God gives me instructions to bring you back. Because when you die, you're not dead. When you die, the vessels are still moving. When you die, your hair is still growing. When you die, your nails are still growing. So you're not dead.
You got to get there in a certain amount of time.
You're not dead.
Dr. Jolie, the thing that fascinated me as I, again, submitted to what I said I wanted to do, I gave you 3 of my goals.
Yes.
I said I wanted to immediately return to myself and not be other than myself in terms of my physical weight. That I wanted to, short term, how to eat to live.
Yes.
And long term, every other day.
Yes.
And I have to tell you, in the first week, I was eating. I called him. I said, Dr. Jolie, something's going wrong. I said, I'm eating, but I'm not hungry. I said I wanted to eat when I was hungry. And I found myself in day 1, day 2, day 3, I think maybe skipped a day, not skip the meal, but I found myself eating at a certain time. Because it wasn't mealtime. It might have been 10 p.m. It might have been 1 a.m. I'm bearing witness. I've got to tell you the defect that when Allah shows you and he gives you a way, he doesn't just show. He answered my prayer and he gave me an answer to go further, not just gave me the information. Because you could get down on yourself and, oh, my God, but he also reminded me, I sent you somebody already, but you left the stuff. My husband sopped it up like a biscuit. But I said that to say that I was eating because of, this is what I said. I said, oh my God, I haven't eaten dinner. Oh, let me eat now before it gets too late. Well, it was late at 10.
Yes.
It was already late. And that's when I realized, okay, just remote control pattern and flipped it. And I feel the results. It's not vanity. It is, if you're not here physically, what can you do to help that man of God in this world? We're in this lifetime. And so that is a goal. Like, you need to be here. You need to continue this work. And no, okay, well, the other reasons too, but you know.
And life is a high, sister. When you're healthy, correct like God, the Honorable has the book, How to Eat to Live.
That's
This
right.
is an extension to How to Eat to Live. Once again, my telephone number is 818-983-7473. 818-983-7473. My Instagram is JOLIE7169. JOLIE7169, and the email address is thefoodprophet@gmail.com. Okay, I just want to make sure everybody gets the information, and we're available to help everyone. Okay?
Thank you. I think that was perfect. Dr. Jolie just knows right what to do, because I have a commercial promo. I think we're going to get out in just a few short minutes so that we don't stay too long. But I want to thank you for tuning in. We'll give out the information again. But these products are all food-based. You know, I'm not, I just can't believe. I mean, I just was really so happy. It's just so simple, you know, to do.
And sister, I want to also add, last but not least, but Mother Tynetta Muhammad, the Honorable Mother Tynetta Muhammad, my closest friend, my greatest mentor on the planet Earth, that still talks to me from the wheel. Mother Tynetta took all these herbs. And she made a statement to me that I really don't do, but she asked me to do this. She says, if anyone asks you or any questions about you and what you do, she said, especially in the nation, you just tell them you're Mother Tynetta's doctor.
I love Mother
So
Tynetta
I love you,
so
Mother.
much. Now you
I love you, Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Yeah,
I love you, Minister Farrakhan.
Yeah.
And I love Master Farad Muhammad.
all praises due to
All
Allah.
praises due to God,
Yeah, how
Jesus,
can we
Mary.
not love the Master? You know, he came 9,000 miles. No one came for us. He came alone.
Yes.
Otherwise, we would be crushed under the earth. You know,
Yes.
he came for us.
Sister, we've been helping Minister Duke in Las Vegas the last 5 years. They sent him out of here. Minister Tony said, go help my brother.
He's talking about our student minister at Mosque number 75
Yes.
in Las Vegas.
Yes.
Right,
Love him.
Lakeland, Las Vegas. And
Love you, Minister Duke.
Yeah, Minister Duke. That's right. And when he said Minister Tony, you may know, those who don't, it's student minister Abdul Malik Said. Saeed Muhammad now.
I love some Minister Tony.
As we get ready to play a couple of commercials and then get out of here,
Yes.
Dr. Jolie, what Savior's Days were you at? I didn't make the presentation because I was on assignment somewhere across the arena.
Yes. It was, how do you say, I was honored to do a lecture in Chicago. I believe the Chicago Savior's Day that I went to was maybe about 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
And then I was honored to speak again at a place called the Joe. Mm-hmm. And what was that? The Joe was in Minneapolis. I think it was in Minneapolis. Yeah, almost sure Minneapolis. Yeah.
Wow.
And that's where Sister Leah and Sister Melanie and Brother Frank Mother had them, how do you say, team up and help me, with a little caravan. Yeah.
Right. Oh, my gosh. Sister Felicia, okay, this is what I got to do this. Can we show the photograph I sent of Sister Leah? She gave a testimony on Instagram. She spoke about it, but I wanted to show her photo. You could just see her results. This is our beautiful sister who's on our mother Tynetta's detail, amongst other things. And so, yeah, look at that. And I'm coming for you. I'm coming to meet you,
Sister Leah!
But this is our beautiful sister, and it was on Instagram, so I pulled it down.
Before and after.
That's right, before and after. So, Dr. Jolie, I need to run the commercials because I need to take care of myself.
Yes.
I do that.
Blessings.
I need to take care of myself. So,
Blessings.
Sister Felicia, can we run, I think what I have, we have a commercial for my book, Pumps on the Ground, and then after that, an announcement about the new broadcast that we're launching tonight. Assalamu alaikum. That means peace be unto you. It's your sister, Charlene Muhammad, inviting you to pick up my new book, Pumps on the Ground, Trench Work and Analysis, Police and Street Violence. That's right, I'm an author, and I hope you enjoyed the read. Get it at LiberatedSisters.com. Also, you may Cash App, Sis Charlene. Peace. Greetings. This is author and journalist Sister Charlene Muhammad, inviting you to tune into my new show, Pumps on the Ground. I will send saviors after them. That's the theme, and we want to highlight the work of the Nation of Islam's FOI, MGT, and their community partners. Pumps on the Ground, debuting December 1st at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on NNV News. Hope to see you there. Peace.
Everybody singing this sweet refrain. Sing this melody till it gets in your brain. Well,
That's no picture. I like to have that on my wall.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you see that brother in that snow out there?
Beautiful.
You know, that's just one of the places in the trenches. So thank you, FOI. Thank you, MGT. Thank you, student captains. Thank you, student sister captains. Thank you, student ministers. Thank you, patrons of the Final Call newspaper who receive our brothers when they come door to door, who are at your car window. You pull up. I talked to one brother, and he shared how someone went to buy the paper, but the brother just wanted to talk for 45 minutes. Well, he didn't say the time frame. He said, I just want to talk. And the brother, FY, shared with me that he went aside, and the brother spoke for 45 minutes. You see, so in addition to that news information, that wealth, that life-saving message, you also get it in the body of the brother and the sister that's coming to you. So that show tonight is to launch that. And as we get out of here, I want to tell you, some people have told me recently, you're doing too much, but they don't know. I got my mustard seeds, so I can do a lot more. I have the proper nutrients. I see the malnutrition, but for the bean soup, God knows I might have flatlined already.
Yeah, you're the business octopus. You got like 29 hands doing 30 things. I said you got 29 hands and they're doing 30 things at a time. That's right. How I see Sister Charlene.
That's right. So, Sister Felicia, thank you. Thank you, the Morris Media Studios. Thank you, Dr. Jolie.
Thank you. Blessings.
And thank you for tuning in. I pray that you have been blessed with information here. And Dr. Jolie, your number one last time.
818-983-7473. JOLIE 7169 Instagram.
And you can reach me at LiberatedSisters.com and check out the Final Call newspaper's COVID reports featuring the national spokesperson, Minister Ava Muhammad, as well as many other expert voices. And we write very key pieces. So if it's impacting our community or can uplift us as a people, Dr. Jolie's holding it.
Pumps on the Ground. Buy that book. Pumps on the Ground.
Let's talk about it. Peace. Assalamu alaikum. That means peace be unto you. It's your sister, Charlene Muhammad, inviting you to pick up my new book, Pumps on the Ground, Trench Work and Analysis, Police and Street Violence. That's right, I'm an author, and I hope you enjoyed the read. Get it at LiberatedSisters.com. Also, you may Cash App, Sis Charlene. Peace.